Hey guys, Gabby here. How's everything going? How's your day today? My day was very long. I spent a lot of time practicing today. Remember how I said I was planning to do special music videos of me playing? Well, I finally figured out at least what the first two pieces I'm doing for that is, so I'm really excited about that. And now I have to start practicing those pieces. On top of that, I'm practicing a lot for my American Youth Symphony audition, so it's a lot of work right now. I spent a full 5 hours practicing today, which is a little more than I usually do these days just because I've been so busy, but I felt like I put in a lot of good work. And you know, especially since I was recording a lot, I've been recording myself a lot. I normally do that while I practice, but lately I haven't been doing it as much. Though normally I do record, and I recommend anyone out there who practices to record themselves. For me, it's really upped my practicing game. I practice more accurately, I listen more, I pay more attention to all these little things. And you know, when you start practicing a lot, you kind of get used to your own sound. After a while, you're gonna hear yourself the same way over and over again, and it's like sometimes you get roadblocks and you don't know what to fix. And for me, I found that recording myself has been really helpful in hearing things that maybe I wouldn't have necessarily picked up just from sitting there and listening to myself as I'm playing. So that's been helping me a lot, and I was doing that a lot today, and so I literally was getting so caught up in it that the time just passed, and before you knew it, 3 hours passed and I still hadn't stopped playing. Or at least for that practice session. I had already practiced a couple hours before that. And I practiced a lot today. And my embouchure is really sore now. On today's episode, I wanted to introduce a new segment called Real Talk. And this is just kind of a part of the vlog that I wanted to introduce where if something's been on my mind lately, I'd really like to vent about it and stuff like that. And I mentioned this briefly in the end of the last episode, but I recently started a Kickstarter campaign for my quartet foreplay clarinet. And for those of you who haven't heard of us, you can go and check us out on YouTube. I'll post a card or a video thing somewhere on here. You know, I'm still getting used to YouTube, so I don't really know all of these little functions and whatnot. But anyways, for this segment of Real Talk, I wanted to talk about the business side of music. Now, before you get all excited and think that I'm going to start teaching you how to run your own music business, let me stop you in your tracks right here. I'm not a businesswoman by any means. I'm just a musician who learned music businessy things, music industry things, based out of trial and error and experience. I'm basically just sharing you my own experiences from what I've learned from foreplay and my own stuff. But just note, I am not a professional business person. I'm just sharing you what I have learned from my experiences. Now, when we started foreplay clarinet, you know, we're all very talented musicians and yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna be this diverse clarinet group. But then it's, you know, so you're like, so how do we get people to know about us? Well, first we started off with social media. Now that was something we were all pretty fairly acquainted with because we all have Facebook, we all have Instagram, some of that Snapchat, Twitter, you know, all those things and whatnot. So that stuff was pretty easy to figure out. But to actually successfully market ourselves was really hard. On top of that, there's all these things that, you know, if you're a classically trained musician like I was, like the rest of my quartet was, like many of my friends I know are, you know, you get taught how to play your instrument, you get taught how to play in groups, you get taught music history, theory, and understandings of the music. And that's all great, but you don't really get a lot of real world knowledge as far as how to market yourself, how to promote yourself into the music world. Most wind instruments focus on you trying to obtain like an orchestral career. You study orchestral excerpts. You focus on taking auditions. And that's all great and all. That's not, and I'm not saying I would never be in an orchestra. I would love to be in an orchestra one day, as I've said before, towards the very beginning of these vlogs. But it's very hard. It's very competitive. But it's like I said, I'm not gonna let me not being in an orchestra stop me from playing music and stop me from sharing music with others. So what do I do in the meantime? Make vlogs like this, play with groups, stuff like that. But again, being in music school, especially as a classically trained musician, you don't really get this real world business-like marketing yourself experience. Now, as I've gone along through this musical journey and whatnot, I've managed to find lots of different resources as we've kind of made our way trying to promote ourselves out there, at least with the quartet. I'll link some of them in the description box below. But yeah, like I said, in music school, especially when you're going into music school as a classically trained musician, trying to be a classically trained musician, they don't really give you that real world knowledge. And there's more to the whole business aspect and music industry aspect. Yeah, there's more to the music business, music industry aspects of it besides social media. Yeah, you also have to figure out how to record yourself. Who's going to record you? Who's going to be the audio engineer? Who's going to mix and master your recording? What about the music videos? Who's going to be your videographer? How are you going to promote yourself? Who do you have to correspond with? Who do you have to work with? Who do you have to reach out to? All these million jillion factors. Then you have to have team meetings. You have to brainstorm ideas. There's a lot of aspects of it, and I probably haven't even covered half of it. I'm just listing off the ones I have in mind and things that we personally encountered that we were just kind of deer headlights. You have to make a lot of effort and a lot of connection to put yourself out there. Post a lot of videos of yourself playing. Now with our group, it's a little harder to do that with at least Instagram, just because we only meet once or twice a week. We meet once or twice a week, but then right now we're on summer break. People are out of town, and so it's a little harder for us. But we work with what we've got, and we've found a system that's worked for us currently. Obviously, I would like for us to post more videos of us playing in the future, but we can only do so much at this point in time. So that's definitely a tip I would give to someone who's trying to, market themselves more in music. Also, you can't be afraid to ask for help. And this is something I've struggled with a lot. In general, I have a hard time asking for help with anything. I'm a very independent person. I just go headfirst into every project I do, and I often feel overwhelmed, but half of that is my own doing because I know there's some things I could ask people for help with, or I could ask for advice, or maybe I just need to pump the brakes a little bit. Hopefully this will sink in as I'm saying this, because I'm currently in a predicament where I need to do that a little bit more for myself. Another word of advice, don't be afraid to be a little shameless with your promotion. See, let me give you a little backstory of what I mean by this. So, flashback to summer 2009. I was just finished being a freshman in college, needed a summer job. I took a job working as a sales rep for Cutco. Did you guys ever know those Cutco wraps with the knives? They're really good knives, actually. Anyways, so I worked for them, and our pay was based off of how well we could sell things. Now, that summer was also the summer I learned I'm not meant to be a salesperson. If they didn't want the product, I don't care. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. But that's not really the mentality you want to take as a sales rep. You want to do everything you can to have them buy your product. So that's how I knew I wasn't meant to be a salesperson. Flash forward to now, me working with Foreplay, and especially now currently working on a Kickstarter where I have to raise $10,000, and I don't know where I'm going to get that money from, aside from, maybe some friends and some family. I'm sure some strangers from Kickstarter might help. Yeah, don't know about that. Actually, we've had a few strangers donate. If for some reason one of you is a stranger from Kickstarter that happened to donate to our cause, thank you. Now again, I don't consider myself a salesperson or a businesswoman, but Foreplay is something I'm very passionate about. That came out wrong. My quartet is something I'm very passionate about. And I really believe in the mission that we're doing in trying to connect the classical and popular cultures together and having people really understand like our instrument, classical music, and the fusion of music that we're trying to make with four-play clarinet. Because this quartet and the music that we're making is something that I'm really passionate about, you know, anything I'm passionate about, I go head first. And so if that means I have to message 20 people saying, hey, can you share my project? Hey, we're raising money. Do you think you could help us out? You know, if it's something that I'm really passionate about, I am not afraid to go balls to the wall and hit hard just to achieve my dream or achieve a goal. So that's another thing. If you're gonna do a fundraiser or whatever, you're trying to sell something, you're trying to get people to donate money to you, make sure it's something that you're passionate about. Me personally, I don't think I'd be as successful as I would be with other projects if it wasn't about things I wasn't passionate about. I'm at a point in my life where I'm simply not able to invest time into things that I don't care about and I'm not passionate about. For those of you who are watching this vlog and you're someone I've reached out to for the Kickstarter, you know, I just want everyone to know who's watching this that, you know, it's really hard for me to ask for help, one, and then secondly, I always feel a little weird when I'm asking people to donate money or to share or help a cause, even if it's something I'm passionate about. You know, I do it because I'm passionate, but at the same time, you know, I always feel a little insecure about asking people for money or asking them to promote for me. But I hope that if you're watching this and I've asked you something, or at least for those of you if I've ever asked anything of you in the past, it's because I feel like you understand where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a genuine place. I'm not trying to be like a sleazy scumbag, like asking you for money. I really just need some help. And I feel like at least my good friends and the people that I ask for help, they understand this about me. So I just want, and for those of you who have helped me out so far, not just with this Kickstarter, but for anything, any projects that I'm doing, I really thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it really means a lot to me to know that you believe in me, you believe in what I'm doing. That's all I'm going to talk about regarding music business for today. Yeah, let me know what you thought about this. Do you like this segment of Real Talk? You know, the reason why I call it Real Talk is because I want to be open and honest. For those of you who know me, I usually speak with no filter. I am not afraid to let my opinion be known, especially if it's something that I'm passionate about or something that I've experienced in my life. So yeah, let's just get real with each other. I want to kind of encourage that. I want to kind of encourage that, like, fearless, unafraid, like, discussion with others. So let me know what you think. You have to book recording studios. How much are you going to pay everyone that's taking part in your projects? What kind of equipment do you need for your music video? Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna, yeah, I was just sitting on the floor. So I'm gonna get ready for bed right now. It's been a long day for me, and I'm really tired. So I'm gonna go wash my face, get ready for bed, and then do a little score studying before. And yeah, that's my night for me. So anyways, thanks for listening. Talk to you later, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.